Hello everyone, we are going to discuss about the previous year question of Corporate Accounting 2 from University of Madras. In April 2019, the subject code is BYA3A. Part B, Alteration of Share Capital and Internal Reconstruction chapter. Let me read the question. X company limited has the following shares as a part of its shares capital: 10,000, 8% preference shares of rupees 100 each fully paid, 50,000 equity shares of rupees 5 each fully paid, 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 8 called off and paid off. The company has decided to alter the share capital as follows. The first one is the subdivide the preference shares into shares of rupees 10 each, and the second to consolidate the equity shares of rupees 5 each into shares of rupees 10 each, and the third to convert the partly paid up equity shares into fully paid up shares rupees 8 each. With necessary legal transactions, journalize the above alterations. Based on this information, we are going to find out the journal entry of X company limited. Before going to prepare the journal entry, we should know these notes information. The first one is subdivide. It means reduce the company shares price from high value into low value, and changes will be made in the price of the shares. It means the company's shares price, for example, the 100 rupees will become 10 rupee. And consolidate, it means increase the company's shares price from low value into high value. Changes will be made in the price of the shares. For example, the shares price rupees 10 will become rupees 100. And convert, it means the company's share partly paid share price will become fully paid shares. No changes in the price of the shares. So in this concept, we do not take the face value of the share price. The partly paid share will become fully paid share. For example, suppose if the company has 10 rupee as a face value and 8 rupee as a partly paid value, we do not take the company's face value of the share price. So we have to take the partly paid value of the share price, and there is no any changes in the value of the shares as well the number of the shares as well price of the shares. The name only will be changed as fully paid shares instead of partly paid shares. Then we are going to prepare the journal entry. The books of X company limited journal entries, alteration of share capital. Actually this question is from alteration of share capital, not capital reduction or internal reconstruction. Just we are going to alter the shares price and the number of shares. That's all. The first journal entry, 8% preference share capital account data, old value 10,000 multiply with 100, the amount is rupees 10 lakhs, which we have to mention in the debit side. The same amount will be mentioned in the credit side also, but the number of shares will be changed. So to 8% preference share capital account creditor new, the amount of share capital is 10 lakhs divided by 10 equal to 1 lakh. 1 lakh is the number of shares and 10 rupee is the new share price. In narration, being the company has subdivided its shares price from rupees 100 into rupees 10, but no changes in the amount of shares and number of shares will be increased. For example, 10,000 number of shares will become 1 lakh number of shares. And the second journal entry, equity share capital account data, old value 50,000 multiply with 5, the amount is rupees 2 lakhs 50,000, and 2 equity share capital account new value. The amount of equity share capital will be mentioned in the both side, both debit and credit side. No changes in the amount of shares. and in bracket 2,50,000 divided by 10 equal to 25,000. It means the 10 is the new value of equity shares and the number of share is 25,000. So 25,000 multiply with 10, the amount is rupees 2,50,000. So in this question, the number of shares of 50,000 will become 25,000 and the price of shares of rupees 5 will become 10. Being the company has consolidated its shares price from rupees 5 into rupees 10, but no changes in amount of shares and the number of shares will be decreased. For example, 50,000 number of shares will become 25,000 number of shares. And the third journal entry, equity share capital account data, old value 20,000 multiply with partly paid. Multiply with 8, that is partly paid, the amount is rupees 1,60,000. And 2 equity share capital account new, 20,000 multiply with 8, fully paid, the amount is rupees 1,60,000. So in this concept, no changes in the number of shares, value of shares and the price of the shares, but the name only will be changed as fully paid instead of mentioning partly paid. The narration, being the company has converted its partly paid shares price of rupees 8 into fully paid of shares price of rupees 8, but no changes in value of shares and number of shares, as well price of the shares also. That's all.